last days, authoritarian or liberal? Many people question what it will be like in the last few days, whether it will be an authoritarian system, or a liberal system. If we read the text in Revelations of Revelation 18:4, we see what the text says, so that the servants of God will leave Babylon so that they do not share in their sins. This determines that sins are committed in a liberal, rather than mandatory, way. So that whoever is in Babylon ends up committing the sins of Babylon. In James 4:4 it says that whoever is a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God, which again determines that man has his choice in deciding whom to serve, either God or the world. So it is not determined that there will be an authoritarian system, but a liberal system. We can still make a full confirmation, see the text in Revelation 16:13, which will come out 3 unclean spirits, similar to frogs. Such are messages, because the Spirit is what directs men, and we can see this clearly in Revelations of the Revelation 16:14, which mentions that such spirits serve to bring the leaders together to go against God. So it is not an authoritarian system that will define the last days, but a liberal system. Since we also have a text in Mark 13:22 that false Christs would rise, and false prophets, that if possible would deceive even the chosen ones. So in the last few days people freely choose the path they want to follow, some decide for evil, others decide for good, knowing that the real foundation of good and evil is in love. But we must clearly understand that we are situated at the feet of the statue, near the end, and that Jesus can return at any time, especially with so many convulsions in the world. But the day and the hour we don't know. Everything clearly determines that the world is going from bad to worse, as Timothy 3:13 first determines. We have never been in a period when there is more deception, and we have accepted the deception as it currently occurs. And something interesting happens when the person likes the lie. We can read this in 2 Thessalonians 2:11 that God himself sends the operation of the error to such people, and so these people give credit to the error. In this way, they firmly believe that the mistake is the right one. And reading 2 Thessalonians 2:12 that because of that they will be condemned, for giving credit to injustice, for they take pleasure in injustice, considering it true that injustice is correct. So we now have a number of people who think that deception is absolutely correct, and that those who do not follow deception are the ones who are deceived. Therefore, we must be sober and vigilant, with all love in our hearts, judge everything by thinking about the love of Christ. For it will be free decisions that will define who will be on the side of God, or not.
If you are looking for more content from different areas, visit the reformadorstad.com website. News and detailed content can be found with system of research and organization of text and video.